All right. 3-6 Blitz, man. We just had a crazy wild card weekend. What's going on, man? How you doing, Caleb?
Shit, I'm doing good,
How,
Harv, man.
hey, bro. We had a lot of action going on, man. We had well let's build it up. We had
Super Saturday wild card,
yeah,
Super Saturday Sunday wild card
a-
weekend.
absolutely, man. We I guess we could start with the Colts and the Bills.
Colts and the Bills.
The Colts and the Bills. That was one of the games we said was gonna be close.
Yeah, we
And,
did.
and it definitely turned out that way. I think we was pretty good on the predictions this week. Um,
Yeah, we probably was.
we probably off like one game, maybe.
We'll figure out which one it was, but
Yeah, I know which one. Definitely one for me. But yeah, man, we got the
oh
Colts,
yeah,
Colts and the Bills. They came out. They pretty much fought tough. They definitely played a close game. A lot of people kind of counted. I don't know. It seemed like the media kind of counted the Colts out all the way, like as far as the
yeah.
spread.
I
Yeah,
mean, I think going into the playoffs, the way the Bills were playing, it just was like, wow. That boy Josh Allen's playing on a level of Patrick Mahomes.
yeah.
So they were just thinking, yeah, the Bills coming in hot, blowing out Miami like that. But I mean, we got to remember the Colts. I mean, they was a solid team all year round. They got a great quarterback on the other end who can make or break you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
I'll just say that about Phillip Rivers.
Yeah,
But
he's always been that guy that he could definitely have some special moments, but he could also do the NFL version of Shaqtin' sometimes. So I mean, he had a formidable game. We don't know if it's be his last game, but it seemed like it'll probably be his last game as far as playing for the Colts. I think it was a 1 year deal, right?
I'm not
I
sure.
think.
It could have been.
Yeah,
But I mean, but yeah, going into it, the Colts and the Bills. I mean, the Colts played them tough. I
yeah,
mean, it was. I mean, it kind of went all the way down to the last drive.
absolutely, man. Yeah, Darius Leonard, he's a monster. He's in Indianapolis, so he don't get a lot of acclaim. So, but yeah, he did his thing. They got a great D line. I mean, they came and showed up. They just fell a little bit short to the better team. That's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, and it came down to a couple plays for Phillip Rivers when he had the opportunity to put touchdowns on the board and just missed the receiver. I mean, I think that first time early in the half when he only got 3 points out of in the first quarter, he just missed his receiver, on that corner around the back of the end zone. I think
Yeah,
late in the game turned out to be the same thing. I
yeah,
mean, he didn't throw no turnovers, which sometimes
no,
you usually can expect a turnover out of
yeah,
Phillip
yeah.
Rivers.
He's
But
a gunner, so you know how it go.
but he didn't throw no turnovers, and I mean, Josh Allen and them boys played good. Stephon Diggs,
Man, oh man. Yeah, he's definitely he's everything. He pretty much I compare him to Odell. I compare him a lot to Odell. He can do a lot of things on the field. He definitely he has amazing footwork, and he finds a way to get open. I mean, he struggled to get open a little early in the game, but he got his. He's one of those guys that just go and get
yeah, I
his.
mean, he had 128 yards, he had a
Yeah,
touchdown, and I mean, he was making spectacular catches out there.
right. Yeah, that touchdown was. He's very good at separation. Yeah, he's on I guess AB level of separation.
I mean, it's crazy. Put it like this: Stephon Diggs always been, a good wide receiver. I mean,
Right.
he never been in the conversation of being the best in the league until.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say he got with a great quarterback because I mean the quarterback they had in Minnesota, wasn't terrible.
He wasn't terrible, but this guy has a bigger arm, stronger arm, so
True.
I guess he can get it there.
True.
Um, yeah, so yeah, I mean that he's doing exactly what we expect him to do with that big arm, especially with his quarterback actually playing on the level of his arm, because he definitely has an MVP caliber arm.
Yeah, he does. I mean, and maybe next year Josh Allen could be the MVP. I mean,
You never know,
you,
man. He got those wheels too, man. Yeah, don't
yeah,
sleep on the wheels.
he to me he reminds me of playing like a younger Big Ben Roethlisberger
I can get that. Yeah, he's definitely more agile than Ben.
at this point.
Yeah.
It's correct.
Well, yeah, even earlier, yeah, Ben had those little twinkle toes. He was like Fred Flintstone on the
Ben
field.
happy feet right now. We'll talk about it when we get to that
Yeah,
Browns Steelers game.
we'll get there.
But
Oh man, yeah. Well,
shout out to the Bills. I
yeah,
mean, they got it done.
they
I
definitely did what they're
mean,
supposed to.
Josh Allen redeemed himself from a poor playoff performance last year. Went out through 3 touchdowns, no
Right?
interceptions. I mean, and the team moving forward. I mean,
Yeah, they move forward. I believe next week they face the Ravens. So yeah, we'll see. May the best man win.
face them Ravens, huh?
Yeah, absolutely, man. We
So,
trust.
all right. So who we got next?
What we got next? We got the Rams Seahawks.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, I chose the Rams. I'm
Um,
not 100. We got to pull the tape back. You guys let us know in the comments.
I picked the
pull tape.
Seahawks.
Okay.
And it's kind of crazy going into this game because they didn't start the game with Goff, Jared Goff. They didn't start the game with him. They started with I think it was Warford.
Yeah, Warford. Yeah.
And he looked good.
He definitely did.
For I think the first quarter he played.
Yeah. I mean, it might have been a case of I know I mentioned with a couple of quarterbacks earlier where a new guy comes in and you don't have enough, I guess, film on him, or a lot of people didn't practice all the way anyway during the week. But I mean, he came out and he did his thing. You can't really judge his speed on the film. So I mean, you seen him he was with the XFL or AFL, and yeah, he's playing pretty good to that league collapse. So. Yeah, man, he came in and did what he's supposed to do until he got knocked out. He had a little stinger.
Yeah.
Which
kind of sucks. Do you think that hit that Jamal? I'm gonna put it like this: Jamal Adams, man, he brings the thunder.
Yeah, man.
When he comes up and hit a player.
Yeah. I feel like the play that Wofford got hurt. Jamal Adams pretty much kind of, in my opinion, he kind of let up a little bit. It could have been way worse.
Yeah, probably could have been. I mean, it's like it's a quarterback, but if it was a running back, I mean, no big deal. But I mean, because it's a quarterback who got hit, I mean, the quarterback kind of went down awkward, Instead, he kind of tried to give himself up a little too late, which exposed himself.
Right, and I mean, when you fall at the same time, I mean, this is one of the things. Like, you are as a tackler. I mean, I play a little defense. As a tackler, you're already going, and you gotta commit to where you're gonna hit him at. And if the guy goes in and lower your tackle zone, you're gonna hit him in the head.
Absolutely.
That's gonna happen every time.
I mean, if he played like a running back on that particular play, where all right, I got a defender in me, I'm gonna put my shoulder down, kind of run through him, get a couple extra yards, it would have been a little different. But he kind of gave himself up, kind of tried to protect himself, and boom.
Yeah, I've always been an advocate of I mean, they didn't throw a flag, but a lot of times they do throw a flag like that with head to head or hit to the helmet or whatever. And
it's tough sometimes.
I always believe like the player on the offense sometimes should get that penalty instead of the defender. True. Because you're initiating the contact with your head because you're lowering your head and you're breaking the tackle zone from midsection or the places you can hit, which is like knee to chest pretty much.
And the speed of the game is so fast. Right. Like, I mean, talking about making an adjustment like that. I mean, most defenders, a lot of times, or sometimes they give up plays. They try to not hit the guy so hard, and the guy ends up staying on his feet and scoring a touchdown. I think we've seen that in the last couple of weeks happen.
Yeah, that definitely happens.
I don't want to get a penalty to hit the guy.
It actually should happen more. I mean, as a player, you should take everything you can to get an advantage against your opponent, and that's something you have. And you can fake out of bounds. I've seen it, like he said, we've seen it a couple of times where the guy faked out of bounds and he took it upfield.
Yeah.
So
I mean, sometimes you gotta let them guys play football. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of what happened in this game.
Yeah.
Your boy Russell Wilson. It was tough out there for him, wasn't it?
Hey man, he like I said, he get the white quarterback privilege. I still have not heard Russell Wilson had a terrible game. I haven't heard it. He's been playing terribly. That just what it is. The O-line, of course, he has not been up to par. It definitely plays a part. But for that level of quarterback, you can't really give him that much bail.
It was tough out there for him because I seen the receivers chirping about Metcalf was on the sideline upset. I mean, it's his second year in the playoffs, and I mean, a lot of times in some games, I mean, he don't get the ball early, and you thinking like a receiver of his physical ability. He wants the ball. I mean, and he should get it early in games,
Yeah, but when you got a guy named Jalen Ramsey going against you, you're not going to get the ball. He's very selfish with those yards. He don't give up a lot of yards. He had 2 catches for 22 yards versus Jalen. Like with Jalen manning him up, 2 catch. No, matter of fact, I think I seen a stat. It was like 3 total games. He had 4 catches, and it was like less than 40. It was a crazy stat.
I mean, like this. Jalen Ramsey is arguably could be the best cornerback in the league. I mean,
the Sass God I mess with the sass guy hard, man. We gave him a hard time earlier because he was real sassy the way he was talking in the media. You know, he had that thing with my boy Steve Smith Sr. But hey,
But
he
look,
came and showed up.
he has the ability to eliminate, a receiver, kind of like how Reeves did back in his prime.
Yeah, but he's a much bigger hitter than Reeves
Oh
was.
yeah, more
Yeah,
physical,
I
taller. But the
I
thing
love that guy.
is, you think about the Rams defense. I mean, and why the Seahawks had such a hard time. You got arguably one of the best cornerbacks in the league in the secondary,
Yeah,
and then on the defensive line, arguably, or not even arguably,
the
one,
best player in the league.
on either side of the ball,
AD, yeah,
and Aaron
absolutely.
Donald.
Yes, yeah, man.
So
You really can't double team him. You can't trip. I've seen him beat triple teams. He's a
yeah,
man of men.
and we seen some of them sacks he got. I mean, you're looking at where's the double team? They tried to double team him late, and it was too late. He's already
Yeah, it was
past
too
the
late. I
quarter,
mean,
past that guard.
yeah, man. Even when he was hurt, like, well, he didn't. Of course, he didn't come back a little bit after that. But that play he got hurt, he was definitely on that way.
Put it like this.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna give Russell Wilson an excuse, but I mean that defense was playing lights out.
yeah.
They wasn't giving up anything.
They the number one defense for a reason, and they showed up and they did what they're supposed to do.
They didn't let them run the ball. Russell Wilson receivers were not open. I mean,
Ooh, shout out to Leonard Floyd, UGA Bulldog,
oh
man.
yeah, he balled out.
He's definitely having a great resurgence of his career.
Yeah, this is his best year of his career.
Yeah, man. I'm loving everything he's doing. He's doing what I do with him on Madden.
He
Thank
got
you.
that.
Shout out to you, man. I hope you see this.
He got that extra bonus, I believe, for getting that a sack in the last game of the season. Extra $1 million in his pocket.
Hey, man. Let me hold some too if you see this.
So he had 10 and a half sacks this season, best statistical year.
Yeah, he definitely he's one of those guys. That
He
gonna
wasn't letting Russell Wilson get away at all. He wasn't going for them pump fakes that Russell liked to do to get people in the air.
No can do. He's about 6'6". He has speed. He got a long stride, so you might as well.
Yeah.
If he ran like a 4.5, 4.6, he's probably a little bit faster with that stride, with those steps. So.
But let me tell you probably the biggest disadvantage for the Seahawks was not having that home crowd there.
Yeah,
they were at home.
When you don't get the 12s in there, man.
But it's different.
It's definitely different.
It's different.
Yeah, so but nobody's playing with their team. I mean, with their crowd like that. I mean, some people have like limited, and some people don't have crowd at all. So
exactly, depending on the state. In the Northwest, they weren't having people in the stands, but like the Saints, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Seahawks. Those are the three hardest places to play because their crowd gets pumping.
There's a lot of noise.
To build that momentum.
Yeah.
And the other team just can't hard to focus and communicate on the field. And I mean, an empty, whatever they call Lumen Field now, it just ain't the same.
No, it's definitely not the same. It's definitely not the same because they used to have the crowd noise, and then on top of that, I think they got fined the most by any team by boosting the crowd noise with the speakers.
Damn.
So you got the crowd noise plus the speakers. This is like
Falcons know about that. They lost draft picks a couple years ago about that.
Man.
But
it's a dirty game, man. But yeah, man, the Seahawks went down. The Rams did what I thought they would.
Yeah.
And
the crazy thing is, Jared Goff had to come in the game. It's kind of, I didn't know if he knew. He probably knew there was a chance that he wasn't going to start.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a captain of the team, but coach was like, "Yo, we're gonna go with the other guy." I mean, because he tore his thumb.
He just got thumb surgery.
And had thumb surgery
2 weeks ago.
And I mean, they was like, "Hey, we're going with the other guy," but he came in and did enough to get the job done. I mean,
right. Yeah, I mean, he gets some more rest. Hopefully, he's a little bit closer to 100%. Nobody's 100% in the playoffs, but hopefully he's a little closer to it.
Yeah. So I mean, hate to see Russell Wilson go out in the first round. But I mean,
hey man, you got Sierra at home.
Yeah,
so.
You might be happy about that.
He winning either way.
Get some. He winning, but the Seahawks, they just need they got to figure it out because early in their careers when they was going to them Super Bowls, they had a quarterback who was on a rookie deal, and like a lot of teams have such a great advantage when you got quarterback you ain't got to pay yet,
right?
And they was able to put money elsewhere in their defense, and they was able to draft.
Tell me about it.
Great players, Cam Chancellor in later rounds, and Richard Sherman in later rounds, and I mean, now they got a poor offensive line, and they got poor secondary, so they got to figure it out.
I mean, but yeah, I mean, even the last time they went to the Super Bowl, they had a sorry offensive line. It just, you got to sustain. You got you know what you got. You know what you're getting into. You're an MVP caliber quarterback. You got to get the job done. At the end of the day, nobody's going to hold your hand or give you no excuses. Even though it seemed like They're just ignoring the fact that he hasn't played good all year. So
Yeah. So the Rams move on to the next
well,
round.
most of the year.
They kind of flew under the radar. I think for most of the year,
Yeah.
got into the playoffs barely.
Yeah.
But hey, they got that first round win in their belt, knocked out a team that I thought would make a bigger stride just because of the Russell Wilson effect. But I mean,
Yeah, great confident booster. I believe they're going against Green Bay
so
next
yeah,
week. So yeah,
we'll talk about that later on. So
yeah,
who we got
absolutely.
next?
We got the Buccaneers versus the football team.
Football team.
Yeah, I actually had the football team winning. I didn't expect the Buccaneers O line to come in and have Secret Service protecting Tom Brady. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
you could not get nobody back there at all. They had no pass rush. What is that?
yeah, I mean, you think about Chase Young. I mean, I guess not gonna say this guy. I mean, he did get injured late in that game, I
Yeah, a
believe.
little later,
But even before that, he wasn't
yeah.
a factor. He couldn't get the time.
They beat him with one guy. They beat him with two guys. They've had three on him. I'm like, wow. They like that defensive line. I mean, that offensive line has not played that good all year. That's probably the best performance at the best possible time. And shout out to them. They got the job done. That's why you play the game.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing about it, did you have the football team winning without Alex Smith playing?
I had them winning with Alex Smith. So
did that change your mind when you seen him? Oh, Alex Smith wasn't gonna play.
Yeah, it did, but I was like, well, I'm already in at that point, so I was like, all right, well,
I had picked the Bucks. I think we always gonna say them once. The light skins,
the light skins, the Washington light
skins, the football team, whatever they're gonna call themselves in the future. Hopefully they figure it out. But the Washington football team, I mean, 7-9. I didn't have them beating the Bucks. I think the Bucks. Tom Brady, he's gonna turn into playoff Brady. He was gonna coach his team up. He is the GOAT for a reason, unfortunately.
Yeah, man. He did what had to be done. He made some big throws.
But I'm gonna tell you, watching the broadcast, that boy Tony Dungy was giving this quarterback so much credit.
Bro.
He must. I was like, he was giving the dude credit like it was an ad or something.
Bro. And what I found out was, Tony Dungy is from Tampa. I didn't know. I thought he just coached Tampa. I didn't know he was from there. So he's like a homer for real. His kid. He said he talked about his kids wear Tom Brady jerseys, and I thought he was hating.
Taylor Heineke. He was giving him so much credit.
Oh, you talking about Heineke?
Yeah, on the broadcast. He's not playing terrible. He's playing all right. I mean, and it was all truthful.
Yeah.
Heineke played great, to be quite honest, to be a guy off the practice squad.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Heineke did the first time he played. He came in and pretty much did like Wofford did. He got the job done. He used his wheels and made some plays. But it seemed like after the game, actually before the game, I guess everything but during the game, he was high on Tom Brady. Which is crazy. I didn't see that.
I don't know why he was that high on Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Because Tom Brady and them shut Peyton Manning and the Colts down.
Exactly.
My
kids wear his jerseys. I'm like, what the?
Put like this. I'm not a Patriots fan by any chance of imagination. I don't give them no respect. I respect the coach and Tom Brady as a player, but I hate the Patriots.
Right.
As you see with this Falcons jersey on.
Yeah,
we all know what happened.
I'm a Ravens fan. I hate the Patriots more than I hate the Steelers.
And I was a Colts fan before. I was a Falcons fan back. I guess I was pretty much a Peyton Manning fan before I became loyal to one team. But at the end of the day, I hate the Patriots. Point blank. Period. But I respect greatness and Brady and Belichick. But on to the game though. I mean, football team. I mean, they was trying to keep up with the Bucks, but I mean, it was gonna be hard because I mean the Bucks got so many weapons. I mean,
they had plenty of weapons, and actually Mike Evans came in. I thought he was gonna be, came in a little lame, but he came in and he led the team. At 118 yards.
Yeah, he had a hyperextended knee.
Passes. Yeah, I didn't see that coming, especially from a big guy with a hyperextension. I mean, I don't know if you guys out there ever had one of those, but it's no joke for somebody with a little weight on it.
Yeah, I've had one, and when it really comes down to it is you just rest, and they probably whatever shot of adrenaline, ibuprofen, whatever they gave before the game.
Probably by now they probably got way more things. Yeah, I haven't played football in like 12 years.
So I mean, it's just a matter of rest, and he's able to go next week. As long as he ain't tearing nothing structurally, he's good to go. And he balled out. I mean, on snaps he was in the game.
I mean, they had a lot of big throws, a lot of big passes. Look, 35-yard pass was his long reception. Brate had 24 yards. Godwin had 27 yards. Antonio Brown had a 36-yarder. Fournette had a 22-yarder. Like, yeah, I mean, he pretty much was bombs over the light skins. So
And also about that game, I mean, yeah, the Bucks played great on offense, but the Bucks defense was also lights out.
yeah,
I mean, they didn't allow them to run the ball.
yeah, they had David. Yeah, he came through and did what he did.
They didn't allow, Antonio Gibson and what's the other guy, McKissick or
You talking about
yeah,
Scary Terry?
no, McKissick to run the ball. I mean, so I
Oh yeah,
mean,
oh yeah, running back. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so I mean,
yeah,
they
yeah.
were shutting it down, so that put a lot more pressure on Taylor Heineke, who didn't really make no mistakes throughout that game. It's just a matter of keeping
Right.
up with that other offense on the other side. So
Yeah.
I mean, you would have liked to see, well, we had liked to see the defense from the football team to show up,
Yeah,
but
man.
unfortunately,
Seem like the
it
light
wasn't their best game.
Yeah, the light skins were looking funny in the light as they usually do. You know, they fade. So
So I mean, but it was good building point for the coach Rivera. I don't know what they're gonna do at the quarterback position. Maybe bring back Alex Smith and Heineke, and go from there. But
okay.
I expect them, to improve and be better next season, especially in the NFC East, because I don't expect it to get too much better. Especially when they just fired the Eagles, fired their coach today, and
Yeah.
Cowboys. Who
Yeah.
knows how Dak is going to be when he get back?
Yeah, who knows what's going on with that?
So
they still got to pay the man. So
yeah. Do they? Will they?
Will they?
Because he was on the franchise tag. So
yeah, he was on the tag. He definitely got paid, but he didn't. He's not getting what he asked for. I don't think.
So either way, Brady and them boys move on to the next round.
Yep.
We'll talk about that matchup a little bit later.
Yeah, what the Saints? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the
we'll
Saints.
talk about that a little later. Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens.
Wow.
Versus the Tennessee Titans.
This was a good game.
Man, great game. My boy came in, he did his thing, but he wasn't the MVP for me. It was that D line. The first time we faced them, we didn't have Calais Campbell, we didn't have Brandon Williams. We got him this game. We had Derek Wolf still playing lights out like he has been doing the whole second half of the season. Yeah, he definitely stepped up, and it showed. We had Ngakoue, we had Judon. It was the first time we ever had our whole D line all season. It was the first game.
Oh wow!
And it showed that we got something going, man. We shut down the boy. I think he averaged like 2 point something yards a carry.
Y'all shut Derrick Henry down.
Absolutely.
You know, it's kind of interesting.
2.2.
Let me ask you, when they had went up 10-0, and then Lamar threw that corner route and kind of lingered too far in, like it was a skinny post. Did you get nervous, like worried, like oh?
I do what I usually do. I was critical of my guy. I was like, if I'm mistaken, he was going to Boykin, and it was some of the pick, right?
Yeah, the pick. Supposed to be corner route. He didn't get it out there.
Well, it seemed like all his passes to Boykin, all his interceptions are usually throwing it to Boykin. I don't know what they got going on, but most of his interceptions come when he throws to Boykin. But he still came back. He did his thing. I got him a little bit, which I wish I had his number or something. I wish I could talk to him. I was like, what are you doing, man? Like, he threw that ball like it was an open napkin, man.
I don't know if it slipped out his hand. It just kind of was
I'm hoping it
hanging
slipped out his hand. I got to go back and look at it. But the way it was weird. I don't understand what happened on that play.
Threw it up for grabs. But, either way, they get it cooking. Lamar Jackson get it cooking.
Right.
And run the ball. And they was trying to spy him and everything, but
no can do.
But and he ran the ball a lot that game. I was actually surprised how many carries they was giving him, like quarterback design plays.
He led the team in carries. So he had 16 carries, but 8.5 a carry. So he did his thing.
All you got to do is break one.
Yeah. He had that 48-yarder.
He break one.
Yeah, that opened up a lot of things, man. You got a quarterback like that can take off at any moment. Make any guy miss like you open up the running game, you open up a passing game. So, and that's definitely what it did, and it showed toward the end of the game because he did that early, and they kept it through the whole game.
Yeah, in that game, the Ravens defense shut down the run game. The great thing, Titans was, of course you're gonna still keep trying to run the ball when you got Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that was masterful.
Derrick Henry, 2,000-yard runner this season, and
right.
he couldn't get it going. There was no holes.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, his longest yard came in the fourth quarter. It was like an 8 yard rush or something like that. And yeah, he was definitely he showed that he was frustrated. I think they tried to give him the ball on the pass. It still didn't work. I know one play in particular I paid attention to. He was real frustrated because he wanted to get the ball early, but I don't think he realized that he was the check down. So he was open for like a good 4 seconds.
Yeah.
They had a great pocket. And by the time he got to Henry, the guy was coming down on him. He got like 4 yards out the catch, but he was really frustrated. He went to the sideline. He definitely said something about the pass and like, give me the ball like faster or whatever. But it is what it is, man.
When you, I mean, the best player on the team, you want the ball.
You want the ball.
You want to make plays. But I mean, the Ravens was all over. They was going to shut him down and make, Ryan Tannehill beat him. And even on the potential game-winning drive attempt, I would say. And I think AJ Brown was open on the left side. He beat his man off the jam.
Yeah, but I kind of on that play, I kind of understand what he saw. It was two guys over there, but only one of them was guarding him. But when he was the first read, he looked off too early. That's what happened. Tannehill looked off too early. As soon as he hiked the ball, he looked and was like, "Yeah, it's two over there." But he didn't realize the other guy wasn't guarding him at all. And by the time he looked that way, he seen Butter was wide open, but it didn't work.
Yeah, buddy,
you got to give him the ball quicker. Khalif Raymond, you don't give him no jump pass. Like he's a speed.
Well, no. What happened was the guy fell down on the route, and I don't know if he didn't fall down on the route, he would have caught it. Yeah. But he fell down on the route. I mean, it was a small window, which Tannehill has been putting it where it needed to be. But he fell down on the route, and it went right to the defender.
In that case, I know, like on that route, if I'm not mistaken, he ran into Marcus Peters.
Yeah.
If he would have thrown that ball to the back of his numbers so he can turn around and catch the ball, he would have been better off. But he threw that ball a little high.
I just think he wasn't expecting the receiver to fall.
Right.
But either way, I mean, they also had the other receiver where Corey Davis wasn't in the game at that time.
No, yeah, he definitely got hurt. That definitely played a part. Yeah.
So, I mean, but you probably want to look for your number one when it comes down to crunch time.
Yeah, I would have gave my man another look at least, but I mean, he didn't get there, thankfully. I mean, we got some guys with great makeup speed. Who knows if they would have caught up? Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Humphrey was the guy that was on them. I forgot. Maybe Jimmy was on the inside, but hey, it is what it is. He misses read. That happens every day.
So, looked like did the Titans beat the Ravens this season, early in the season?
Yeah, they beat them earlier this season.
So, it's kind of revenge for the Titans. I mean, because against the Titans, because Titans put them out last year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Ran all over them.
And did the same thing in overtime during the
season. So, it's like, they felt they had y'all number. And it's kind of a rivalry at this point because after Peters got the interception, he ran to the middle of the field and the Ravens started kind of stumping on the logo.
Yeah, I mean, that goes back to what we were talking about last podcast. It was beginning of the game. Last game, the Titans decided they were going to go to the end zone, and they started to try to scrub the logo of the Ravens up. They scraping the logo up.
And then pregame, they did the same thing. Yeah. And Harbaugh came out.
Yeah, Harbaugh's ain't playing them games. And if I'm not mistaken, that was Calais Campbell before the game. He gave him a little action. He was like, "Hey, we ain't playing none of them games today," and he let him know. And he showed during the game, which he's the main person that shut down Derrick Henry. We weren't playing none of them games. So shout out to Calais, man. He's a legend, bro.
Well, I mean, and then Lamar Jackson, he didn't shake no hands after the game.
No, it's a pandemic, man. Anybody shaking no hands?
That ain't it.
What are you talking about?
That ain't it.
Who's shaking hands?
Hey, he said, he ain't forget about the disrespect. I mean,
yeah, we ain't get no COVID. Man, it's all COVID, bro.
Okay. It's all. I mean, it's a rivalry. Let's put it like this. I mean, and it might be a rivalry for the next couple of years if both teams keep playing the way they playing as far as competitively. And so we'll see what happens next season. Maybe y'all play each other, regular season.
I'm looking forward to it. We need a better rivalry because, the Steelers ain't it right now. I really wanted to face them again because.
Well, if the Steelers ain't it, don't forget the Browns are ascending. And let's go to the next game.
We can go to the next game. We got the Bears and the Saints.
Well. I mean, the Saints won. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not. I mean, they won.
they
They playing the Bears.
they didn't win like I thought they would win, but
No, they didn't. They wasn't that impressive.
right.
But I mean, I give credit to the Bears. They do got a solid defense. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, but they didn't have Roquan Smith was not playing that game, so that was huge because eventually they started attacking that low center, and yeah, they took off after that.
I mean,
It was a close game up to then.
The Bears just ain't got enough offense to keep up with most teams. I mean,
Not at all.
Mitch Trubisky, he ain't played terrible yesterday, but he didn't make the plays that could improve what the team was doing. And I get that they did a trick play where Mitch Trubisky was at the receiver position. He motioned back after the snap and caught the ball, and he had a receiver wide open who dropped the ball in the chest, in the breadbasket.
It barely, it went straight through his hands. He didn't even get to make the basket.
I mean, but that would have been 6 points and 7 points with extra point. But I mean, it wasn't gonna make a difference in the game, though.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
maybe momentum. You never know.
He probably would have. Yeah, it was early in the game, so it probably would have at least gave him some confidence, which is like one of the key things I always say. I mean, it's not much to say about that game. They went in and they did what they had to do. They got a smart coach, like we spoke on last time we spoke on for the preview of the game.
Yeah.
And the Saints went in and did what they had to do. They played a good bit of Tannehill. He got some rushes, but yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Saints won. I mean, they'll definitely be tested next week, so they better bring their A game. You know, when they play.
Yeah, not Tannehill. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, but they're saying the Saints will be tested next week when they play the Bucks. So, I mean, so I guess we're going to the last game of Super Wild Card Weekend.
Yes, sir. Man, Browns versus Steelers.
That game got off to some fireworks early, didn't it?
It got off real early. It was a high snap. 6.
So you got
easy 6.
A potential, you know, a player who's been on that squad for a minute, made Pro Bowls, and he snapped the ball right over Big Ben's head. And that reminds me of, you know, back in when the Broncos played the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, and first drive, and the center snapped over Peyton Manning's head and went for a touchdown. I was like,
that's very deflating for you to come out like that.
And it's just downhill from there.
Yeah, it was all downhill. At one point, it was 28-0 in the first quarter. You getting 28 on you in any game. You ain't
21-0 skunk, and that was 28.
Yeah, it was a new game after the 21. So they got the 28 on them. So
I mean, and at that point, 28-0, the Browns was on cruise control.
Yeah, definitely, man. They definitely was on cruise control. I believe only 3 times they didn't have a scoring drive out of all their drives. I watched that game the whole way. I think the other games I was moving around a little bit. But, man, they came in and definitely they did what they were supposed to do. I thought they would have got a little bit more pressure on the defense side. But they didn't. I mean, they are missing Olivier Vernon. So
yeah, they were. I mean, at the end of the day, Chubb, when he was breaking them tackles and Kareem Hunt was making people miss.
Yeah, Chubb did his thing, and Kareem Hunt ran through people. I like the way he played. He played very physical. He wants to be back. They go against the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken. So there'll be Hunt's return to the Kansas City. Yeah.
So I mean, still at the end of the day, I mean, they pretty much spotted the Browns that early lead and buried themselves early.
Right.
And we've been calling the Steelers frauds all season, despite them coming out 11-0.
Fool's gold.
They had that 3-game losing streak, and then after that point, we've been calling them frauds. And
check the tape. We didn't believe them the whole time, man. At least I didn't. I know I didn't, definitely.
You know, so I mean, and it showed up when it mattered the most. Lights were bright, and they.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, I guess they ran out of money for them games they played the refs early in the season. They should have paid for it. I don't know why they didn't wait till the payoff to pay the refs, but.
And then the thing about it, they were talking so much crap. Juju, same old Browns.
Yeah, I mean, Juju came out, and Juju had a big game, but if you're a Ben Roethlisberger receiver, you're gonna have a big game because he forces the balls where they don't belong. Pun intended.
How many turnovers did he have?
The nasty man. 4 interceptions.
You know, he was throwing the balls high. I mean, it wasn't like receivers were dropping the ball, tip balls. He was throwing the balls high over receivers' head, missing receivers. And that's a lot of them turnovers was directly on him.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. And he did what we expected him to do. He come in and he made some plays where you like, what is he doing?
the thing about Big Ben, like we talked about how Josh Allen is mobile, make plays. Big Ben ain't what he used to be.
No.
With people hanging on him, making them plays. He don't do that no more.
No.
When he gets pressure and them feet get to moving,
Yeah.
he ain't accurate.
Yeah,
and it's bad.
It's definitely bad when he's moving his feet. But sometimes he's not even moving his feet. He's in the pocket, and I'm like, why make that decision? Right?
That pressure.
It's
He
weird.
an old man now.
Maybe he's seeing ghosts. You think?
He an old man now.
Yeah, man.
When that pressure get to him, he just slang it, and he ain't looking where it's going.
This man almost threw 70 passes, 70 attempts. He had 68.
And that's another thing. They don't run. They can't run the ball.
They can't. They definitely.
In this game, they didn't give an opportunity to run the ball.
Yeah,
they were down 28.
If you down, you're down that quick. There's nothing really you can do. But I mean, I don't believe in any of their running backs. I know some Steelers fans that I talked to that do, but I was like, it's nothing special. They're like great value versions of.
We got James Conner, who I don't really know. This was last year with the team. He probably ain't gonna be back. They'll be looking to draft a running back, I'm sure. They got to get that running game back. I know.
Yeah, James Conner, he's a cancer survivor, but that don't help you on the football field. Shout out to him on that. So
he had a great season that year that Le'Veon Bell set out, and unfortunately, after that it ain't been great. He's been injured on and off this season, but you got to draft a running back and get back to being able to run the ball because they just sat on them short routes, and the receivers did make some plays. Chase Claypool made some plays, and
he did.
But at the end of the day, that ain't the recipe to win.
No, it's definitely not. Villanueva, I've also been down on him during our shows, and he definitely played a lot of bullfighter during that game. It's like an open door. He the Capitol building. He just, hey, come on in. He's crazy. It's crazy how people get past him.
Shout out to the Browns. They first time in the playoffs since 2002.
Yeah.
And their first time winning the playoff game
since Belichick.
Yeah. So shout out to the Browns.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, shout out to them. They came out.
They're gonna be tested next week, though.
Shout out to Jarvis Landry. He made some great plays.
Yeah,
he didn't have a whole bunch of yards. He didn't have a crazy game, but he had a great game. But yeah, he definitely all his catches. He had 5 catches, and all of them were big. So shout out to him.
So Steelers knocked out the playoffs. Not what they expected. Not what a lot of people expected. But same old Browns, hey.
Right. Same.
Better look next year.
Like they said, man, Browns gonna brown, and they definitely browned. They definitely browned on there.
Yeah. So let's get into previews.
Oh yeah.
For the divisional round of the playoffs.
Yeah, we got the matchup. We can start with the early. Well, I guess you could say the late afternoon game because they start at 4. We got the Rams and Packers, man. Definitely.
So do you see that Rams defense shutting down Aaron Rodgers like they did against Russell Wilson and them boys?
It's possible. Honestly, I think what'll happen in this game.
Devontae Adams against Jalen Ramsey.
Oh no, that's definitely gonna be a matchup that I'm gonna make sure I'm sitting and watching that one. I can't see, but I think it's gonna come down to the Packers defense at the end of the day because the Rams offense is the lesser of the offenses.
Yeah, it is.
Their defense, the number one defense versus one of the top offenses. It's not the top offense. They might be like a wash, but yeah, it definitely comes down to the Green Bay Packers defense, which is I always say that they're very underrated. They definitely have some guys out there that can definitely make a lot of plays.
Yeah, they do. They do. And so you're probably right. It probably will come down to that Green Bay defense because, the Rams offense, with Cam Akers, they can run the ball a little bit. But, Jared Goff hasn't – he's so inconsistent.
Yeah.
So you really know what you're going to get if he's going to show up. But at the end of the day, Aaron Rodgers on pace to – he could win MVP. Him, Patrick Mahomes, we don't know who the voters going to vote for.
Yeah.
But either one of them guys can win MVP. I think Aaron Rodgers will come out, and I don't think he's gonna be not get him a playoff win this season, especially after the controversy that he went through throughout the whole season with playing with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah,
so he's gonna go out and try to make a deep playoff run, and I don't think the Rams are gonna have enough to keep up. Their defense will slow down Aaron Rodgers,
right.
but not shut him down. You know what I mean?
And hopefully they show. I mean, that shows them that he just go ahead and give him some more weapons instead of trying to replace him. Cause he definitely he's shown that he's not slowing down at all, and he definitely has at least 4 more years of being on this level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I predict the Packers will get it done. What about you?
If Aaron Donald is at least 80%, I'm gonna go with the Rams for the upset.
Oh, upset.
Yeah.
Rams for the upset.
Yeah, because him versus who's their right guard? But now that's the left tackle.
It don't matter who
Batakar,
it is.
yeah.
He gonna get by him if it's 1-on-1.
Right. Yeah, they know better not to play with that man like that.
They better double team
Yeah.
Aaron Donald. That's for sure.
So it's up to Floyd in that case, Floyd and Ramsey. But yeah, man, yeah, I got the Rams. I'm not sure what the score is gonna be looking like, but I got them for the upset.
Okay, well I got the Packers, so we'll see how it goes.
Right.
One of us is going down.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, let's go. What we got next? We got the Ravens and Bills. Y'all already know what I got.
Yeah, I
man.
know what we're going with.
You know what I got.
You already know.
We played the Bills last year. We beat them on the way to the playoffs. And they got definitely a way bigger weapon this year, but he's a receiver. And one of our strengths happened to be our secondary. We got guys getting very much so healthy now. We got Jimmy Smith, he's back. We got Marlon Humphrey, we got Marcus Peters, we got Anthony Averett. We pretty much loaded back up as far as our secondary. They've been doing their thing. They've been coming up. Deshaun Elliott, definitely a first year safety. People try to write him off and say he was injury prone, but the guy got hurt 2 years, but he been playing all year. He hasn't been hurt all year. On the game he missed, well, he didn't even miss that game. He was on the COVID list for a little bit, but he didn't even miss a game. He came in and did his thing formidably. I believe it's gonna come down to.
I think it's gonna come down to that defense of the Ravens.
Yeah, that defense.
If they play like they played this past weekend, if they can slow down Josh Allen and
pretty much, yeah. You're going to have to slow down Josh Allen. Make sure he doesn't escape the pocket because he's definitely dangerous with that big arm. And especially throwing him down the sideline. Man, he's one of the best guys I see on the move, getting the ball to guys on the sideline. So if we can cut that down, we get to him, get some hits on him. There's nothing they can do. I don't see that running game doing.
Yeah, they had a running back carted off this weekend.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it's gonna look like without that one running back. I know they got another one. They kind of played a little two running back.
Yeah.
Was it Zach Moss got carted off?
Yeah, Zach Moss, he's out for this game.
So they still got Singletary. So put like this: y'all can slow down the passing game, shut down Stephon Diggs. Top receiver in the league this season.
Yeah.
Then I see the Ravens winning. And Lamar Jackson get it cooking. He ain't turned the ball over. If they can't slow him down.
Yeah. They haven't showed that they can shut him down even the last time. So Lamar has to take care of the ball. Definitely do what he does. Like you said, he got to play Lamar ball. We continue to run the ball. We got great running backs. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Gus Edwards and Dobbins, J.K. Dobbins.
Oh yeah, Dobbins.
So
nice.
yeah, he's one of those guys that he doesn't go down a lot. He reminds me like a little bit better version of Ray Rice.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm loving everything I'm seeing. Like I said, I got the Ravens winning that game. It's gonna come down, like you said, to that defense. So we gonna see. We can. I think we can pretty much attack Diggs by committee. I don't think we got to have a guy on him all game because we got two guys that can guard him. So
okay. Yeah, so it should be interesting. I can't wait to see this game.
Yeah.
See how your boy Lamar Jackson come out and get it going.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's definitely gonna come out. He's gonna do his thing. Hopefully, we can get him early like the Browns did. But that wishes.
Mm-hmm.
What we got next? Browns versus Chiefs. I got the Chiefs. I'm gonna just start with that. The Chiefs are the guys to beat. They're the defending champions for a reason. They definitely have a defense that they should be getting more credit than they should. Another underrated defense, like I always say. They fly around the ball. They got some speed. They get there. And the Browns only have what they got. Who's after Landry? That's consistent. It's
Higgins
a big
is.
fall off.
I mean, they got the tight ends he like to throw
Then they got
to, but
Joku
Joku and
and
other one from Atlanta.
what's his name, Hooper?
Yeah, Austin Hooper. So I mean, the Chiefs are 10-point favorites in this game for the reason because they're the Chiefs. I mean, explosive on offense, not bad on defense. I mean, you got Patrick Mahomes, who's could win MVP again this season. So, I mean, you never know. I mean,
we got
could Baker Mayfield show up and play like he played late in the season? Could they get that running game going? If they can do that, then they can make it competitive.
It is what, that's really what it comes down to. If I'm not mistaken, Edwards-Helaire is going to be good and back. They got him listed as questionable, but I believe he's going to play. They got Le'Veon still.
Yeah, they still got Le'Veon. They got weapons. They got them receivers, and they got Patrick Mahomes who can put the ball anywhere on the field.
Yeah, so they got their balance, and
I mean,
the best guy.
It's kind of hard to say, but I mean, I'm picking the Chiefs because they're the Chiefs, and I mean, they can be so explosive. I'm just hard to say whether it's going to be competitive or not, really.
I think it's going to be competitive. Only because pretty much how Patrick been playing. He has had some moments where why are you doing this? But
he's bored, maybe.
Yeah, I'm like, you didn't have to do that. But are you just trying something new or whatever? But yeah, I mean, I can definitely see them coming out and winning a close game, like within a score, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if y'all betting, I mean, it might be opportunity because it's 10 points right now.
Yeah, it's definitely.
So y'all think it's gonna be a little closer? Y'all can make some money.
Absolutely. Yeah, man.
But we both picking the Chiefs. It sound like so. I mean, Browns better show up and do something.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is coming.
Hopefully they come with that same confidence they had last game, which worked out because the Browns didn't have one practice all week, and they came out and did that.
Impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. Next up, we got the Buccaneers and Saints. Yeah, the last time the Buccaneers played the Saints, it got kind of ugly.
The Saints blew out the Bucs.
Yeah,
so the Saints beat them twice this season already. First game was close. Second time was a blowout.
It was like 45-3 or something. It was something ridiculous.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Tom Brady was cussing out the O-line, the receivers, And
anybody that could hear, he was cursing them.
Bruce Arians was telling the media how poor Tom played, So the Bucs playing with a little chip on their shoulder because they got embarrassed twice this season already.
Yeah, and I can see how that would help them and bring the game a little bit closer than it would be. But I'm not going against Sean Payton. I can definitely see the Saints winning this game. They don't have more weapons. I think it's kind of like I could say Tampa Bay got more weapons, but they don't use all of them like that. So
I mean, Tampa Bay is loaded. I mean, you got Godwin and you got AB and their best receiver Mike Evans.
You got Gronk. You got
Brait. OJ Howard's injured. Then you got two good running backs.
You got Fournette, but I believe
Ronald Jones.
Ronald Jones hurt. I don't think he's gonna play this game.
Well, they still got Fournette, so I mean,
they definitely still got Fournette, and you see what he did last game. You guys watched the game. He definitely came in and did his thing.
I'm picking the Bucs to win because the Saints they play with so much energy.
He's only questionable
when they at home, but they are at home, but they ain't got that home crowd. You know what I mean?
It's definitely a little bit different.
So it's gonna be a little different. I mean, and Breeze and them boys, they make plays. Sean Payton, he's up there with the greatest coaches, great-minded coaches as far as play calling. But I mean, the Bucs. I mean, it's gonna be a good game. That might be one of the best games this week. Just as far as competitiveness.
Yeah, probably so.
It's a real rivalry, divisional game.
Right, especially how last game went. So they're coming in and they're gonna have something to prove. Pretty much how I wanted it. If the Ravens would have faced the Steelers. Pretty much the same thing. They beat us twice during the season. I mean, the second time we didn't have Lamar Jackson, and we still could have won, but refs. But it is what it is. They're coming in with a big chip on their shoulder, and they got something to prove.
Yeah. So you picking the Saints? I mean, so you see Drew Brees making the plays, and that Kamara getting going. So
yeah. Like I always say, Kamara usually the best person on the field when
and that defense is pretty good too. Saints defense is
yes. They get after it. Absolutely.
Cameron Jordan and them boys.
Yeah, they get a pass interference every game, but yeah, definitely they get after the guys.
Yeah, so it's some pretty even teams. I mean, what's the predictions looking like? The point spread.
It's only 3 points for New Orleans.
New Orleans at home, 3 points.
It's 46 to 53% as far as the football power index.
So
for the Saints, so
it's gonna be interesting. But I think the Bucks will surprise New Orleans.
Okay.
I think Tom Brady will get into that GOAT Tom Brady mode, and if he be protected like he was this past weekend.
Yeah. If he was protected, I don't see that happening back to back weeks at all. Like, yeah, linemen, of course they build their careers on being consistent, but being that good back to back weeks is unheard of, and you might as well get them the NFC if they're gonna play like that for the rest of the playoffs.
Who, the Bucks?
Yeah, if they all line like that, you can't do nothing with that.
Yeah. Let's not forget they were playing a football team.
They were
a good defense football team normally, but still.
Yeah, they had some of the best linemen in the NFL. So and they could get anybody. I don't think
first round picks.
I don't think he was dirty at all. So
we'll see. We'll see if that defense can get to Tom Brady or not. That's gonna be a great game though.
Yeah.
But I guess that wraps up today.
Yes, sir.
So like we always tell y'all, like, subscribe, comment on the videos,
share,
talk to us.
Yeah, let us know. Also, definitely hit us up in the comments. You can email us at 36blitzsports@gmail.com if you got some questions, or you can contact us if you know us personally. Contact us through Facebook, and we can definitely answer some questions on the show. So, hey.
All in all,
yeah, we out.
We out.
36 Blitz.